Hello, Miles Gardeners. We're going to play with seeds today. Some of you have gotten packets of seeds from the school, and some of you might just have seeds at home. It doesn't matter what kind. I'm also going to show you a way you can get seeds if you don't have any handy right now, and show you a paper with some activities, and then I'm going to show you some of the activities right here on my back patio. I'm in my backyard right now. Okay. So this happens to be a packet of radish seeds. And if you have something else, it doesn't even have to be from winter or summer. You can do any packet of seeds. If you need to go outside and find some seeds, lots and lots of flowers are starting to dry up because it's getting warm outside and making seeds. This was a branch from a brittle bush in my yard. These were just blooming this morning, but some of those same branches have flowers that are all dried up. Trying to help you see them there. And once they're dried up, the seeds come out and can plant more brittle bushes. So that's a really common one you might have in your neighborhood. Another common one are the California or Mexican poppies. This is a seed pod, and the seeds actually pop out of the poppies. They're super tiny, but it's how they got their name. So you might have poppies in your yard, you might have dandelions, you might have other wildflowers or weeds. So just because you don't have a packet of seeds doesn't mean you can't do these. All right, another thing you might have is a worksheet that looks like this. It came home for some students. There are links on several teachers' pages. If you did not get what can you do with seeds, okay, you may ask your teacher or you may ask me and we can get you a copy. Now I chose a few activities to show you today. They're the ones that are circled. The first one is in this first column that says sort. Okay, so we are going to sort out some radish seeds. I'm going to aim the camera down and try to get it in view. So I have a bunch of little seeds down here. They're all little, but then if you look more closely, you see that some are bigger and some are smaller. So I'm going to line them up with the, whoops, there's even more up here. I'm going to line them up with the biggest seeds at one end. So I'm going to look for the ones that just really stand out. It doesn't look very big, does it? But it's a few millimeters long. Put the giant ones over here, and then the teeny tiniest ones at the other end. I'm going to dig for some really small ones. So these are like the two extremes, the tiniest ones over here, the biggest ones over there, and then you find some medium ones and you'll put them in the middle. So you can do this with, I don't know, 10, 20 seeds, just to get an idea that seeds are very diverse in size. If you want a longer activity and just a nice calm thing to do, you could sort them all out. It might take you half an hour or more to really make a long line of seeds. So that is one of the sorting activities for the seeds. Okay, another activity on our page here is in the create column. I'm going to pour them onto a tray and push them into letters or pictures with my finger. I will always think of my students when I do this, because if I pour out seeds for my garden classes and we're about to plant them or we're about to sort them, or I say we're going to do something with these seeds, everybody just wants to play with them first, okay? So we're going to do that just because it feels good. You might make a letter. I'm going to do an A for Anna, and the space in between the seeds is your letter or your shape. And let's see, I'm going to smooth that out. I could try to do a circle. That one's a little harder to see. I'm going to put my seeds back together. And these are brittle bush seeds, by the way, that I'm playing with right now. Okay, now I'm going to try again to make a circle. Yeah, so I started out with them thicker and closer together so you can really see the space. Maybe a triangle? Ooh, a lot of students like to just make a mountain. Make a pile of them, and then you can spread it or swish it around. So it feels good, but it's also a way to just experiment with different art designs or different letters if you want to practice letters or numbers. The next one I'm going to try is from the middle column. It says grow, because of course seeds are for growing. Bring the camera back up. For this activity, we're going to do the first one, plant some in a pot with potting soil. I do have potting soil at my house. This happens to be some leftover soil from a plant that died, and I'm just going to reuse that soil. So here's my soil, and any pot will do, okay? My kids at home are getting a lot of the grab-and-go lunches, so we have a lot of milk cartons right now. And as long as you put holes in the bottom, it can be a pot. Oh, rinse it out first also. You can use a regular flower pot, you can use some other container, but you can make a pot if you don't have one. So I'm going to first pour some soil in. Make a mess. If you haven't made a mess today, this is your chance. Okay. I'm going to pat it down a little bit, but not really tight because I want my seeds to have some air in between the parts of the soil. And let's see, we were doing radishes earlier. Now radishes are pretty small. So I'm going to make 3 small holes with my pinky. 1, 2, 3. And put a seed in each one. And then just gently cover up the seeds. And what do seeds need next? They need a drink of water. So I'm going to pour some water in. I didn't put milk in, I put water in. Okay. And then it's totally up to you where to put your pot. You can put it on your kitchen counter, in your bedroom, on your back patio. If it's a bigger pot, you can put it out in the yard where maybe it gets some more sun, but pots will dry out pretty quick. So think about where you can keep your seeds watered and take care of your pot. So that was a way to grow your seeds. If you don't have any potting soil, take a look at the other choices, because they include things like paper towels and sponges. There are lots of places you can put seeds and still get them to sprout. The last one I'm going to show you is in the 4th column that says write and read. Write a prediction of when your seeds will sprout. Now you could put maybe a piece of tape on your pot. You could just get a regular piece of paper. I have some Post-its here. And I'm actually going to write 2 things. I wrote today's date. I wrote when I planted my seeds. It happens to be April 17th right now. So that way I can keep track in my counting of how many days it's been. And then I'm going to guess how many days it will take for the seed to come out of its seed coat and start to show little green leaves. Okay. Now sometimes on a seed packet, it will tell you days to germination. That is a good way to predict. Okay, you can write that number down, that many days. Well, my seed packet doesn't have that. So I'm going to use some thinking, and I've planted a lot of seeds before. I know it's pretty common for my students to plant seeds in garden class one week, and then we come back the next week, and they haven't sprouted yet. And then we come back the next week, and they sprouted. So my prediction is somewhere between 1 week and 2 weeks. I'm going to write 10 days. Okay. So my prediction is 10 days to sprout. And I'm writing that down to remember, but I can still look at my pot each day and look for sprouts. If seeds have sprouted before 10 days, cool, there they are. If they have sprouted at exactly 10 days, then my prediction is right. If they sprout after 10 days, hey, they still sprouted, and that's okay. They might not sprout at all, and if that's the case, just plant them again. Just try again. But it's fun to guess and then see if your guess is right. Now, in the last column, it says experiment. I'm not showing you any experiments today because they take some more work to set up, but you can sure try, and I will make another video another day to show you some ways to set up an experiment with your seeds. Thank you so much for coming to garden class today. I miss you all a lot. Please do comment with questions or maybe pictures of what you tried, and I would love to see what you've been up to. Have a great day, gardeners. Thank you.
Did you finish?
I did, and then I hit the
Cool.
wrong button. All right, stopping recording.